drove by her farm just because we were out for a cruise. And when she saw David, oh, she fell apart. She just fell apart. She couldn't believe it. You know, that David had made it. But you know, Jim, I kept telling her, go to the menu, Lisa, go to the menu.
Yeah, but she's
Went
not
to
the
San
normal.
Antonio.
We don't deal with. Oh yeah, the grandparents.
Yeah.
And we can't.
I think he was already past that, you know. Yeah. He died on the waiting list. And it took David 10 days on the waiting list, you know. So, yeah. We just don't know what God's plans are. Oh, let's see.
evening, everyone. How are y'all tonight? On behalf of the Clint Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to our January board meeting for Clint ISD, the best school district in the state of Texas. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. At this time, I also will call the roll of members to determine whether a quorum is present. As I call your name, please respond by saying present. Ms. Mary Macias.
Present.
Ms. Yvonne Shea.
Present.
Mrs. Stella Torres.
Present.
Mrs. Claudia Marcus.
Present.
Ms. Jennifer Parker. Mr. Fred Montes.
Present.
And I'm James Pendell, present. We do have a quorum. Joining us at the table, we're happy to have with us our superintendent, Dr. Juan Martinez. Members of the front of the room, the administrative cabinet, thank you all for being here. And administrators around the room, thank you all as well for being here tonight. The Clinton Independent School District is to prepare all students. The mission of the Clinton Independent School District is to prepare all students to be successful citizens. The district will work in partnership with the community and the family to create opportunities for the students to maximize their personal potential. The next item we have is celebrating our board by Mrs. Mesa.
Good evening, President Pendell, Dr. Martinez, and members of the Clint Independent School District Board. My name is Deborah Mesa. I am Clint Independent School District's Public Relations Manager. Tonight's a special evening where we will honor our school board of trustees for School Board Appreciation Month. At this time, could I please ask all the board members to join us in the seat here in front? And everyone, please stand for the national anthem. Thank you for the beautiful performance. Y'all may be seated. At this time, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may be seated. Up next, I'd like to invite to the microphone and podium Ms. Margie Mendez, Clint ISD's Fine Arts Coordinator, to talk to you about a special presentation from our high school all-region choir students. Thank you.
Good evening, President Pendle, Dr. Martinez, and members of the Clint Independent School District Board. Tonight is a celebration of your service, your leadership, and the lasting impact you have on our students and our community. It is especially meaningful to share our fine arts accomplishments this evening because these successes are made possible by your continued support. This semester, our students and educators have achieved excellence across every discipline through dedication, creativity, and perseverance. These accolades represent more than awards. They represent opportunity, access, and a district that believes in the power of the arts. Board members, your vision and advocacy allows moments like this to exist, moments where students are seen, supported, and celebrated. On behalf of our fine arts students, our educators, our alumni, and our families, we want to thank you for your commitment to your entire school district and the arts and the opportunities you provide for each and every day. We are truly grateful for your leadership, and we are proud to celebrate you this evening. In honor of Board Appreciation Night, it is especially fitting that we now share the talents of our students with you. At this time, we are proud to present our 2025 Clint ISD TMEA High School All-Region Choir members who will perform the following selections: Look Down, Fair Moon, and Butterfly Lullaby. We thank you and hope you enjoy. this time, we'll ask you to come forward for a group picture, and we all thank you for being here this evening.
Ready, one, two. One more, ready, one, two.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you all for being here. I hope we have some future music teachers in this group. Have a good evening. Thank you for being here. We're going to take just a short break at this time. Just a short break. Okay, we're back from our break at 7:49. Being our meeting, it's that time of our meeting that we set aside for public forum. As per BED local policy states, individuals who wish to participate during the portion of the meeting designated for public comments shall sign up with the presiding officer or designee before the meeting begins as specified in the board procedures on public comments, and shall indicate the agenda item on the topic which they wish to address the board, and individuals' comments to the board shall not exceed 3 minutes per meeting. Presentations shall be informative only. You shall not mention your students' names unless you are naming your own child. nor shall you negatively reference district employees. The board requests that presentations not include statements that may be considered defamatory. If your presentation includes a complaint or a negative comment, and you name a district employee, or if you mention your student by name, I will find you out of order and will terminate the presentation. You're advised to follow the proper channels set out in district policy to seek an administrative resolution before bringing the matter to the board. Any concerns or complaints regarding employees, students, or parents must be resolved via the appropriate complaint process as stated in district policy. If you have any concerns or complaints that require the district's attention or response, pursuant to Section 551042 of the Texas Government's Code, no board member or administrator may respond to a member of the public unless such response is a recitation of the district's policy or a statement of specific factual information. So we have two speakers tonight. I'd like to first call on Miss Myra Sewerville. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Buenas tardes.
Good.
¿Puedo hablar español?
Sí.
Nomás quería entregar unos papeles para ustedes.
Thank you.
Es todo. Nomás quería entregar los papeles porque tengo a mis hijos tengo 4 hijos en Montana Vista, middle school y high school, y he estado teniendo varios problemas que no me han resuelto como por 5 años, y pues como sé que tengo poquito tiempo de hablar, pues es muy grande mi historia, por eso lo escribí. Espero y esto me escuchen esta vez, que pues ya he hablado con Martínez y pues nada se ha podido solucionar. Eso que era lo único que quería decir. Muy amable, gracias.
Thank you very much for your comments tonight. I'd like to call on Mr. Edgar Carrasco. Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Dr. Martinez and board. My name's Edgar Carrasco, and this is my daughter, Penelope. She's a 7th grader at Horizon Middle School, so she's a little embarrassed, of course, but this is part of parenting. The reason we're here, we're great. We're building something. I believe it's going to be very beautiful for the community and for the Clint Independent School District. It's called the Apaches and Cowboy Spirit Garden. It's I live nearby Mr. Pendel in the North Loop Anderson area, and we wanted to build something, a garden, to teach our students and our youth about agriculture, different types of agriculture, gardening, community building, helping our elders, try to bring the community together, and also show our youth leadership skills. As you know, agriculture life is going away little by little, and that forms our core of this school district. And I believe that if we give that little spark to our kids, we might find the future of agriculture and farming and gardening at home, right? So eating healthier, and we're also partnering up with Texas A&M as well. So they're gonna come into the community, give classes. So I think it's in the early stages. The community's really excited about it, but we really want to get the FFA program involved, or any high school or any middle school. So think about it. I left my email with the form, but if we can just start with a few students. I first wanted to reach out to you because we sit on the border of Socorro School District and Clint, but Clint hits my heart very deeply, so I wanted to invite you guys first and make sure that we reach out to you. I know that Representative Mary Gonzalez is also very involved, so hopefully it turns out something big, something that we can put as a role model out for the county and for the state. Eating healthy, and it's pretty interesting, right? You ask some of our children, where does milk come from? And they say from Walmart, right? Yeah, so beautiful choir too. I wish that could be my alarm every day. So thank you for everything that you guys do. And I hope I can hear from you soon. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Mr.
sir.
Carrasco.
Is that
Mr. Carrasco, very quickly, we have your phone number from, okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any other speakers tonight? This time? Okay, in that case, that concludes our public forum for tonight. Thank you to the speakers for being here. This time, it's my pleasure to turn the meeting over to Dr. Martinez for the superintendent's comments.
Thank you, Mr. Pendel, members of the board. First of all, let me just speak to the community in general, those of you who are listening. We do encourage you to communicate with us whenever there's an issue, a concern, problem. While you, as a committee members, are invited to be present at board meetings that are public, they're for you, the board is there for you. We have a system in place in which you don't have to wait a whole month before we can hear your concerns or complaints. We have dedicated personnel here at the central office that you can call directly. Dr. Vela is very attentive to returning calls immediately when I'm not able to. And of course, we encourage you to always speak to the board. That's your right. But at the same time, we encourage you to come to us directly so that we can find solutions immediately rather than waiting on a monthly basis. And of course, my phone number is very public. I don't have a problem giving it to you, 915-490-3746. Please call us, reach out to us so that we can then find solutions for you as much as we can within the parameters of district policy and the law. We will definitely listen to that. So thank you again to the community listening, and we will definitely are here for you as a service-oriented district that we are. Having said that, I'd like to now turn it over to our board and thank you for your dedicated service to the Clint Independent School District. This is Board Appreciation Month, and we want to thank you for your commitment to our students, to our staff, and of course, your vision and passion makes a meaningful difference in the life of our students and our community, and we're truly grateful for the heart that you bring to this work and the positive impact that you continue to have across our district. Our Clint ISD community is stronger because of you, and we want to thank you for all that you do representing individual communities and the entire community in general. So thank you so very much. Finally, I'd like to encourage our seniors, and of course our principals will do that, and of course our counselors as well. But I'd just like to remind our students that this is the opportunity to receive financial support for your future education. Don't miss the incredible opportunity to complete all of your applications for financial assistance and grants and everything that is available, scholarships that is available for you. The deadline to apply is January 30th. And consult with your counselors, talk to your principals, but students, we will be sending those reminders on our Chromebooks as well. But it is time for you to pay attention to those scholarships and opportunities that are available for you, for those of you who are now graduating this school year. That graduation is right around the corner. It's going to go by very fast, so don't wait. And I don't want to be, I don't want to say it publicly, but it's true. Boys don't wait. Girls, you take care of it, but the boys take forever. So we want you to make sure that boys, please take care of the opportunities and do this as soon as possible. And of course, we want 100% of our students graduating, so we want you to make your credits, take care of your credits as soon as possible so that we don't wait until the end of the year to get things done. So again, thank you again for the board. And thank you, students and staff, for doing this wonderful display of appreciation for our board. And we love every single one of them, and I think the board will agree with me. That was our favorite right there from East Montana Middle School. That was an amazing job. Beautiful display. I think we're gonna frame that one and put it up here, leave it here for the whole year. That it's been an amazing representation of what the board does. So thank you again to all of you who participated, to our students and our staff. And of course, everyone is important and beautiful. We all migrated to that one right there. Beautiful. So thank you again for everything that you do. We appreciate you, each and every one of you. Thank you again, Mr. Pendle and board members.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez, and thank you all once again for the wonderful reception tonight and all the artwork and all the choir being here. It made it a very special evening for all of us, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Let's move on to the administrative report section of the agenda. Does anyone have any questions on the administrative reports? I have a comment is all, is I'd just like to compliment the fence that's coming around Sika.
Oh, yes.
It's gonna be so nice when it's finished, and it's gonna really beautify the whole community down there.
Right. Yes, sir.
Any other comments on administrative reports? Okay, let's move on to consent agenda. Item number D, you all have a correction that has been, we're asking to correct item number D because it reads incorrectly on the agenda. It reads correctly. It should say approval of the recommendation to negotiate an award contract for CSP 2526-2-1306 E-rate high-speed internet services. And it was just strictly printed incorrectly on there. But if we could get you all to approve the consent agenda as corrected.
I have a question.
Sure, yes, ma'am.
On the approval of change order number 01 to the AO General Contractor, Inc. construction for Sika parking, it says there that they want an additional $100,000 for the contract for the unanticipated project expenses and unforeseen conditions. I think that's a little too much for something that, oh, we're sorry, we didn't say this. I mean, I think it's a lot.
Yeah, Mr. Prado, would you address this issue? I think you will be the most appropriate person to address it.
I believe this is in reference to the last board meeting. So in reference to your question, the additional expenses is really for the additional fencing along Main Street. So Main Street wasn't included on the initial contract.
Why, if I can ask?
We were trying to keep it under a certain budget.
Mm-hmm.
So with Mountain View winding down that project, we're trying to, now we have some funding that we can reallocate to cover that Main Street area.
Okay, so that's the total amount for that project, 100,000, or that's in?
100,000 is what we're adding to the project. So we did have an amount of contingency. We always have contingency with our projects to cover unknown things. For example, there were some trees that had to be removed that weren't part of the plans. So the contingency will cover that. And so in this case, the contingency could cover that additional work, but it wasn't enough to cover it. So I think in that last board meeting, part of that packet included the specifics behind that. I think it included the cost proposal, which I think was 160,000. So the 100,000 would cover that, along with our contingency.
So is this an additional, or is it?
It's additional work.
So are we redoing the whole parking lot on Main Street, or?
No, it's for fencing.
100,000 for just one fence?
It's for fencing to go along Main Street, but to also enclose the parking lot, because the parking lot, the current one is open, it's wide open.
For the Main Street, isn't it the one with the chain
Where
link?
the library is?
Isn't it,
Right.
doesn't it have a chain link? And then there's a gate, right, where
So
the little, across from the church?
Right, there is chain link right there. Some of that will remain, but where the parking lot is, there is no fencing. So part of the project will include some wrought iron that will enclose that parking lot.
And you said that the money is from money that was left over from
Correct.
Mountain View? Okay, thank you.
If I may just, when the initial project was approved, there was not sufficient funding to do the Main Street over at Sika, and I felt that it was not acceptable. We were gonna have beautiful fencing and nice pillars going along with beautifying that corner, and I felt that the other side was gonna be incomplete. It was not going to look as beautiful as I intended it, but we didn't have the money. And now that we found the funds, then this is not an additional expense, it's an additional work, pay for additional work. And as Mr. Pendle mentioned, we're gonna be very, very proud of that beautification project that, in that corner.
How about the sidewalk on Carroll T. Welsh? If we do have any more left over,
If we
have we
find the
thought about
funds,
that?
if we find the funds, we will do that, but as I said, you know, the other problem that we face is that what would cost us at one point, let's say $70,000, now is $100,000. Everything has duplicated in cost, and now we're struggling to find funding for so many projects like the sidewalk, the canopies over at Desert Hills, for example, that dismissal is very hot. We need to cover that. So there's projects like that that are not the $1 million projects, but they still went from 300,000 to now $500,000 because of the cost. So when those funds are available, we'll definitely address
Yeah, because
those.
that's mainly, to me, it's a safety
Yeah.
concern. Like I said, I have seen parents with a stroller walking through the street because the sidewalk on the side is just dirt. So that's something I have brought up, I think, since 2020 or so.
You brought it up many, many times, and I agree with you 100%. However, though, everything is a priority, we understand that. However, Mountain View had waited 30-some years
That
to
I
go
understand.
to get
Trust
that,
me,
right?
I'm
So-
behind it.
So the funding was allocated to that project that we're gonna be very, very proud of. We plan to do the ribbon cutting ceremony coming up next month. And it's a beautiful project. All of that corridor is totally different than what it was. The other large project that we have is Horizon High School. It's now the back of Horizon High School is so much dirt that we need to also work on that. Transportation is another problem. We have a lot of dirt right there that I wish we had the funding to do all of those projects. So I understand the need for the sidewalk there. However, every project has increased almost double the price. So what are we doing is looking at where do we go, and of course, everything is a priority. So I do hear you, and we are committed to finding good budgeting so that we can do these projects, including CTW, Desert Hills. But Sika was one of those that, when it rained,
Oh, no, that,
you know, it's a huge mess there, but.
and kids didn't have a parking space.
Exactly. So I hear you, and we will be looking at, you know, how do we come up with, for example, Horizon High School, the project was initially about, you know, $6 to $8 million. Now it may end up being 12, you know, because of the cost of everything. And that's where we are. But just to address the question, in this particular case, I felt that chain link was gonna look terrible, beautiful one side.
And I get it. I just don't want our decisions to be beautiful over safety.
No, actually, that's the reason why the 100,000 increased, because what he's referring to, you're familiar with the early college.
Yes, sir.
The parking lot, it's open every single day, right? There's access to the building anywhere. What Mr. Prado is mentioning is that there will be there's a parking lot right here, and there will be a fence around from the gym to the main entrance, so there will not be access to the building.
How about the gate? Because I know the gate
That
was,
is- that's
we
the-
had an issue It had fallen in one of the securities.
We actually addressed that one, we raised the side,
Okay.
that's the length, the size of that fence, it was very short, people could actually jump it, now we raised that up.
Yeah, the door. I was talking about the door, the one that I was telling you about, the little kind of alleyway between the library and the church.
I'm not.
It's in the works.
Is that part
included?
of the 100,000?
Yes.
Yeah, that's included.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions on the consent agenda? Motion to approve as corrected.
So moved.
Second.
Can we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented? Is there any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. The ayes have it, motion carries.
Mr. Pendel?
Yes, ma'am?
I would like to motion that we move up item 8 Bravo regarding board officer nominations before we go into closed session.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to move item B,
8B.
8 Bravo, 8B, sorry.
sorry? Item B, right?
8B.
Hey, well, 8B, yeah. 8B to
Military.
the next item before closed session?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. All right then. Do I
Mr.
have-
Pendle, I'd like to make a motion to reorganize the board officers by nominating and voting for the following slate of officers. Ms. Jennifer Parker as president, Mary Macias as first vice president, Isela Torres as second vice president, and Ms. Shea as secretary.
Second.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the reorganization of the board officers as presented. Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. And at this time, the time is 8:12. Let's see, we will reconvene in closed session. Let me see, hold on a second. Looking for the verbiage on the numbers. There we go. Yeah, pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551071, consultation with board attorney, Section 551074, personnel matters, Section 551082, school children, school district employees, disciplinary matters and complaints, Section 551081, school board personally identifiable information about public school students, closed meetings. The following item will be discussed. Consultation with legal counsel regarding the governance considerations and legal perimeters relating to proposed information gathering instrument at the district campus. No action will be taken in closed session. We will be back as soon as possible. Okay, we're back from closed session at 9:14. In the absence of Ms. Parker, I will continue the meeting. The item right now is the item 9.8A, action regarding governance, consideration, and legal parameters related to a proposed information gathering instrument at district campuses. Mr. Ocean, there will be no action will be taken on that item. Have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Stand adjourned at 9:14. Thank you all.
You stay behind.
Thank you for the flowers.
Thank